But is they're waiting for this level 6 on this entire off lane to be able to compete because CM Pudge is such a strong
matchup between an Ember and a Pango. Pango has problems killing off the Flame Guard, and that's why you can pretty much run him down most of the time. Keep him away from the creeps and you get all the loss that's needed. Bottom lane, Ace is taking a lot of damage here. Does not have a point in the Kraken shell, actually, so Ace is in trouble. Body blocks, are they going to happen? Nice bushwhack comes in, the slow onto Nightfall as well, and now they want to go back in. They've got themselves a Mango to try and get the splatter, but it will be the drag back from Nightfall. It's nice minus armor. Snaking barely survives. Nightfall barely survives. It's very scary for both these sides to stay in the lane.
There we go. And I mean, if there's one character that normally should be good with the sustain, it is the Chaos Knight. The fact that he's having such a rough time early is telling of how dominant these lanes are on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Just having to sacrifice these supports time and time again to keep these cores alive, getting their last hits. A good, respectful high five.
Always, hashtag Tofu big fan. He's really good. At his laning spade specifically, he is insanely talented. Towards mid, Quinn is honestly doing an insanely good job this game, where he struggled last game on the Huskar, got that last pick against the Primal Beast. It did not pay off as well as he would have liked. A nice bottle refill there by Tofu to make sure Quinn does handle his lane superiorly. 33 is going in on Dyrachyo. Oh, the damage from Gaimin Gladiators is not enough because the healing from the Broodmother is up to snuff. Drag back as well. They're going to surround Celery. Going to get the kill secured. The chase should be more than plentiful, and Celery on that Crystal Maiden will be taken down. Saxa with a double kill. And yeah, this is what I've seen a lot of the time. Last game, of course, the Pudge plus Crystal Maiden won that lane, but I see a lot of games where the Pudge actually loses because Insatiable Hunger healing, like the initial burst damage coming out from the Pudge is great, but then Insatiable Hunger healing comes out and then it gets really dicey afterwards. Towards mid, a lot of damage coming out onto Quinn. Double damage, gets picked up by Topson. This is very scary for Quinn. He's going to get taken down. The bushwhack comes in a second too late. And now the two supports are going to hunt down for Saxa. They do have the slow. Tofu, can they take down the Rubik? And he's going to go expecting to already lose his life, so trying to man fight. Might be able to scoop up that bounty. Actually denies it in the process, but will die. Tofu with a double kill. 4-0-1 on Tofu. Again, looking pretty good for the Hoodwink.
There you go. Got a bit of those good old right clicks coming in.
Well, Ace is winning his lane quite convincingly on the Tide. Has almost got his Ravage available as well. So then everyone needs to be careful if they're going to go for any tower dive shenanigans. But yeah, this Tide is loving life. CK is not very well suited for taking out a Tide, because he does have also that AoE armor reduction. Ooh, Dyrachyo gets caught out in the top lane, and yeah, Broodmother is not a hero that you can easily counter with the Pudge pick. It's a hard hero to beat.
But able to find those early levels, how to get that level 6 in these off lanes, to have that sustain, and this Pango ready to fight directly against Quinn. So there's someone that should be able to win out mid pools. It would be this Ember, able to consistently dodge those Pango swashbuckles.
Definitely capable so far. He's got himself the full Orb of Corrosion. That's good for ganking. Doesn't have a point in Searing Change just yet, so slightly less good for ganking at this stage. But you know what is good? Gives themselves a nice $15 free bet over at BetBoom with the banner below the stream. Currently Rolling Thunder from Topson will not be able to catch on to Tofu, and his Rolling Thunder has ended. They have no way of holding him in place without the Searing Chains available on Quinn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't consider myself the best player.
Yeah, he's still significantly ahead of the Pudge of Duracho, but the Duracho has himself the Vanguard already, so he can just jungle and farm up pretty efficiently. Tier 1 tower top lane has already been secured by the Broodmother. Bottom lane, Ace is going to try and do the exact same. Actually, Ace is going for more AoEs, building up the Ags as his first item. I love this choice. It's so good this game. You've got the armor reduction and the AoE, from the AoE Gush coming into play. You just in general have AoE Gush, which first of all is superbly just strong to have. And it will be able to clear up the CK illusions, the Broodmother spiders, everything that you need. Oh my god, Toph almost gets shellacked there. Tries to go for the TP into the trees, will be taken down by Topson, who is going to try and do as much damage onto Quinn as he possibly can. But that will be the end of the roll. It's a 5-kill streak that he manages to pick up, so that's at least a decent payday.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They just smoked underneath. Hard vision there from the Tundra side, so they're going to back off. They know a gank attempt is coming, and they will make way of it. Yeah, Nightfall's just going to go to the other side of the jungle. He's got his armlet done. He's going for the Echo Saber afterwards and just farm to his heart's content. Same thing that obviously Duracho needs to do at this point, because he walks into the top lane. It gets a bit scary. Speaking of scary, Saksa will be jumped quickly and taken care of quickly. Was hoping that he'd get a Fire Remnant steal there from Quinn, but unfortunately the Flame Guard was used a little bit later. Ran down. Ace used the Ravage as well. He's going to get taken down. That's going to be 4 kills there for Tundra. Duracho did not rotate in because he is kind of behind in terms of net worth, trying to get some farm going. But big fight there. And a lot of good catches for the Tundra side, opening up the tier 1 tower towards mid. And it's an engagement they desperately needed as well. Because obviously the Pudge was struggling, but the rest of the Dire side was looking pretty good. Looking very comfortable.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Submarine in the trees will be caught out by a nice Tundra catch coming into play. And Ace, his Aghanim Scepter, is getting closer. The Axe is actually a very big pickup if he can get it, even though he only has level 1 Gush at this stage, so that would be a little bit sad. But the Tide is still not the easiest hero to kill, because if you go for the Tide, they can TP in pretty quickly to help him out. But top lane, that's where the ganking squad is heading. They're looking for Dyrachyo again. Will they be able to get a kill? Dyrachyo pops his ulti, gets the Nom Nom on the Rolling Thunder, gets the Rolling Thunder completely interrupted, and oh my lord, a huge kill onto Topson, but the stolen freezing field almost gets rid of Dyrachyo in the process. They should be able to find Saksa as well, and that will be a second kill for Gaimin Gladiators. The gank attempt has failed for Tundra, and that is because, well, BKB piercing is there with the Pudge.
It will pierce indeed, and it just pierces a bunch of kills, and we just go back and forth once again. And it seems like Tundra are completely willing to adjust to play this bloody playstyle, just fighting back and forth, and able to find the success. You know, the Terrorblade, it was a bit of a clawing fashion, having to fight through, but the CK is able to be a lot more successful early, and you can see that as he's in the top of the net worth charts. And they're setting up for him to take control of this game once again. Rely on just the legendary presence of these stand-ins to create the space needed.
Let's see, Tundra, they are currently 1k ahead, and Quinn is gonna say hi, immediately disengage, trying to get the BKB. Once they have BKBs on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, they have a lot less to fear because there is no BKB piercing effects available. They are going to get a big catch, and that's why they went for the Tofu Hoodwink, because Bushwhack is very good in catching out the Broodmother that likes to run through the tree lines. 33 will falter, but towards mid Dyrachyo, he's underneath the tower. It's very risky. Actually, in comes the Ember, going to say hi. That's going to be Quinn. Onto his dear opponent Saksa, but the Rolling Thunder in return could be a bit of a problem. Sleight of Fist, the Phoenix Egg has been dropped. Big jump away by Quinn in the process. And will they continue for more? It seems that's not going to be the case. And Ace has his Aghanim Scepter now done, so a lot of damage to be thrown out from the fight. Doesn't have a Ravage available. Dyrachyo staying back, goes for the hook and actually drags back Topson. Doesn't have a Rolling Thunder available, but Dyrachyo might have put himself in an awkward spot. The Snaking just burning him down with the Sunray damage. Quinn has fully healed up. Can they get the catch onto Topson? It seems that will be the trade-off. Again, Dyrachyo falters. They do manage to find the enemy mid.
Oh boy, now with that, this Phoenix trying to run. They don't want to lose more after this Pango. Able to save the Rubik just momentarily. Man, those Broodlings doing so much damage. Sam's able to get that under control. And back to farming they go, waiting for the rest of the team to respawn before they go to skirmish once again. And what better way to reflect how close this game too is than these BetBoom odds. Tundra and Gaimin Gladiators deserving this upper bracket slot for this upper final.
Well, that is Indeed, the upper final winner of this best of 3 heads on over towards the grand finals. There is another match after this series that will be Team Straight versus Entity. We'll be facing up against each other to see who is going to make it towards the end of the run here.
There we go. Just that Phoenix burn. It's so disgusting. Satsuka able to get another.
Yeah, the Phoenix Sunray is doing a pretty insane amount of damage in all of these fights. That's the plus of playing against strength heroes on the opposing side. Quinn gets jumped. Can they get the full stun lock secured onto the Ember? It's going to be a little bit more problematic than that. You can just fire Remnant back to safety. And in the meantime, Ace is building up the pipe. So he's just building up defensive tools. Did not go for the Guardian Greaves this game, so they don't have the healing on their side. But definitely a big plus to build some more defensive, because they are getting just destroyed primarily by the magic damage until the CK is strong enough to be able to man fight his opponent. Speaking of which, Nightfall does have his BKB available, and Nightfall has not really shown his face that much just yet. Racho, though, will be jumped here in the bottom lane. Does have his Ag, so you can see a lot of damage in return coming out.
Oh my goodness, that's without the illusions.
Yeah, that's Pudge that's been struggling a little bit this game against Nightfall, who's been loving life. He also does have the Mage Slayer now, so the magic damage coming out from the Rot will be also significantly reduced. He desperately needs that, because otherwise it would be a tough fight to muster.
With that, I just get worried, because this Broodmother's, she's had a couple of failings, but 33 is always able to get the farm back, keep her in the game, and it's going to get all this big utility team fight abilities. This Tidehunter's decent at farming, but nowhere near the Broodmother. It's enough to force the Phoenix to go through the egg, as with the Hoodwink, that would be able to get the snipe to take out, if not for the egg.
Well, the CK is pretty big. So, what can he get done? Haven't really seen the illusions do much just yet, but hopefully we'll get to see a brawly moment soon enough on the in this game. They have just had very small skirmishes for the most part. There was that one big fight where they lost 4 heroes on the Gaimin Gladiators end. But now with Quinn also securing his BKB, they are looking for an engagement here towards the top. 33 is lurking about in the area, but decides to TP towards bottom. So both teams trying to sneak up on their respected opponents.
Both teams ready to fight, and perhaps too ready to fight, as they have the exact same idea, so end up on opposite sides of the map. So thankfully they'll keep that similar idea in mind, so they'll take the contact in a little bit late towards mid, and that's a beautiful combo into the Pango. But again, the Phoenix with the mech from the Broodmother, it's enough sustain. They save the Pangolier, and he's rolling in, and that's going to be a taken out Pudge. That's going to give these Broodlings be able to hunt down, try to find some chase. They want to take out the Pangolier.
Oh, but there's
again,
a CK with the Phantasm.
Spirit, and that is a deleted CM.
Yeah, that's 2 kills without the Pudge. They're not as safe. Quinn misses the Fire Remnant to the high ground, but he is going to try and disengage. Ace blocks any entry, any chase coming forward, and it will be a fallback by the side of Tundra. They did manage to again get a double kill, almost taking care of Topson in the process, but the problem was the healing, the sustain coming in from the Sunray, from the Guarding Greaves on the Broodmother. They could not survive. They could not have the damage to kill off Topson just in the nick of time. And when the Rolling Thunder is going off, they have a little bit of damage that they can throw on him with like the Sleight of Fist and possibly the Dismember, but without it, it's going to be really tough to kill off the Pango while he's rolling. They can't really touch him at that stage.
Keep that up. And I'm a bit worried. The Tidehunter has 1,000 net worth on the Pudge. That's supposed to be the position 1. But the CK, he doesn't scream to me the best counter. You know, I saw the Terrorblade having to go for the Silver Edge despite how much damage he can find.
Oh!
But it's not going to be that case. Oh, what a clutch. It's just going to force the Rolling Thunder. That can be spam. And they're going to use that to go for this Pudge instead. Suddenly, it's an entire Tundra lineup. A stun combo. This Pudge unable to escape. The CK able to confirm it. And man, this position 1 unable to find anything on the Gaimin Gladiators.
Duracho getting caught again, trying to save out Celery. There is a nice counter kill that came out from Tofu, killing off Saxa in the process, which was, well, that was pretty neat. But regardless, Duracho is just having a very rough time. It's a hero that needs quite a bit of build-up and sustain to be able to stay alive. And in this case, he just doesn't have, he doesn't have any armor at the ready. He's just not at the point where he can man fight just yet, and if they're not careful, that might never come in this game, even though Ace is stupidly farmed, and Ace almost doesn't have a blink dagger, so their team fight is still very dangerous to deal with from the Gaimin Gladiator side, but they are kind of being picked off in its entirety by Tundra's rotations.
There goes, good old last clicks, and this is the first time I think we're going to be able to get to see this CK have the success. And man, he's even going for the Silver Edge just in case that Pudge starts getting a little bit too tanky. I don't even think he needs it, honestly. So that has me even more scared. This Pudge has been unable to find success. I see no reason that's going to be changing anytime soon. He's trying to work on that BKB so late on. Just able to finish it now. It's on its way on a good old courier. And they want to use that timing to go for a pick. But the issue is Tundra, once again, they're going aggressive on the opposite side of the map for control. And they're going to have to use this late setup, relying on the Tidehunter and rotations. Oh no. They're not going to be able to get here in time. This is going to be an Aegis for the Chaos Knight.
Yeah, it's only the first roast. It's not too problematic. CK, a pretty decent hero for the Aegis, but without the BKB it gets a bit more dangerous this game, considering even the Crystal Maiden's freeze is very hard to deal with if you can't get out of that spot. But they're going in, and again Topson charging for it. The Ravage is blown, but it catches the backline. However, the Phoenix comes just in time. Duracho is going to get the nom onto Topson, going to get the kill secure. Topson just going to barely survive, rolling thunder through. And now they need to again disengage on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Actually, 33 is going to be left behind alone. They even find Snaking on the side. 33 is trying to look at that sustain coming out from the Brood Mother. Is it enough to keep him alive? Yes! Or no, it just barely will mean his death. The one that they kind of needed if they were going for a full-blown engagement there on the side of Tundra was their CK, who was, well, he TP'd bottom because he saw farm and wanted farm.
Farm is good. Taking a small sacrifice of the Broodmother, they're not going to worry about that. She's caused so much desolation and destruction. Having the Rubik removed, not wanting Sasuke have that same level of success, and they almost catch out Quinn in response. Man, this CK is problematic. And the Silver Edge being finished up just now.
Well, yeah, they need to bulk up on Gaimin Gladiator side. Duracho is going to get caught out again. That is his 8th death this game.
God.
That is a safe lane Pudge that died 8 times. Oof.
And the fact that Pangolier's relying on these, you know, Javelin, Maelstrom procs, or at least he would normally. Instead, it's just the Basher. He's getting all the damage out with the Phoenix magic, and he doesn't even have a Maelstrom to help? Or the Javelin procs? That's insane! And now the CK's left in a bit of an awkward...
Thundery on the run, will be caught out. The Rolling Thunder is going to chase in for more. But the big plus, as you mentioned, with the Basher on the Pango is that they have a BKB piercing stun at this point. So even if the Ember pops his BKB or the Pudge pops his BKB, they have a way to interrupt it at the very least. It's going to be a fight for more. Nightfall going in onto Ace. Silver Edge would not be a bad choice here for the CK, possibly, to get that break on the Tide later down the line, but they are keeping the network
He's already
pretty
has
even.
it fully kitted, and even has the Mage Slayer to boot. He has everything he needs. I would say they'd use it on the Pudge, but apparently they can just right-click with a little bit of Phoenix assistance. The Pango does enough damage to go through anything he's had, because he's had such a poor game. He's unable to contest. And they're setting up with this Silver Edge. That's going to be a super dead
Big
CM.
Ravage play coming out.
Tidehunter
Duracho
creates
jumping
good
in.
space.
Gets the catch. Topson has a Rolling Thunder available. Duracho's BKB might end soon enough. They're going to continue forward, and that Rolling Thunder came in at the end of the BKB. Duracho is going to get forced back to the other side, taken down in the process. But there is still Quinn in the fight. They get a pretty decent catch going forward onto 33. Topson's trying to get the stun lock onto Quinn. Quinn's actually in trouble. Quinn's dead.
Oh
Big
my
smack coming
God.
out from Nightfall.
No.
The Aegis is going to get popped. Celery with the freezing field onto Topson. But the bash in return means Celery will be found out, and it is a disaster for Gaimin Gladiators. The break comes into play. Ace slowed down. The basher going ham onto Tofu. And that's a full team wipe soon to be happening. I don't think that they're going to stop, and indeed they're going to get them all destroyed. It started so well with that Ravage play from Ace, but there was just a lack of damage against the sustain from the Tundra side.
And you can see that CK goes for the initiation. He's like, well, if I toggle off my armlet, I'm going to have 1 HP. I'm in Viz. I could get out of this, try to reset and regain, but I'm going to take the fight, catch the opportunity. As you see here, they just set up and wait. They do find that initial opening, gets the CM. They have the Rolling Thunder able to follow through, so even though the Pudge tries to BKB out of there, he's completely removed. He's taken out, and even finding the opportunity later to take out the Ember. I was thinking like, well, you just take out the rest of the team. What the Ember is going to do, he doesn't have a team behind him. They'll just take out the Ember anyways. The CK has enough lockdown to nuke. The fact that he has a Mage Slayer and the Silver Edge provides so much damage as we go back to another fight in the man fight, and that Phoenix stun goes through. The Ember's too low. The CK should be able to easily lock him down, but just barely the escape comes through.
Well, they're trying to
That's not going to
fight.
stop the chase.
Rolling Thunder in again, gonna get catch. Ace is gonna get slowed down, but Duracho is the big target that they want to lock and load out of existence. The bounces are superb. Duracho is stunned up again. 3 second CK stun. Going for more. Quinn's gonna get bashed up by Topson.
Oh my
and
God!
Topson is on a roll. Mega kill streak on the Pango, and I guess I stand corrected with my prediction here, because it looks, Trevor, like you are going to be right on the money.
I mean, I was expecting a Tundra win. Not like this. Not like this, though. The CK is having a dream of a game. Topson is a god on the Pango. And with the Broodmother, these towers are non-existent. They're trying to use the Ags with the Gush on the Tidehunter to deal with the Broodlings. I mean, it does work, but it's going to be a bit too late. There's 2 racks completely eradicated. They still have 20 seconds left. And this Pudge is just no competition for the side of Tundra.
Yeah, Duracho's had a pretty disastrous game, to say the least. And right now, they do have a significant advantage here on the Tundra side. And I've significantly also underappreciated the amount of damage and healing that comes out of the Sunray from the Phoenix. It has been pretty solid to take down these Gaimin Gladiator cores all throughout the game, and even keep their heroes alive. Like, their sustain is just out of this world. It's kind of what they won TI with. The Tundra roster, obviously, with 33 constantly going for the Wraith back. They kept going with their sustain drops, and there we have the hero damage Topson at the top. Not too surprising, but look at that Phoenix in 3rd place, 15k damage dealt by a 5-position snaking Phoenix.
Well, again, look at this Gaimin Gladiators lineup. Who's going to stand in the middle of the team fight long enough to burst down the egg? No one. This Phoenix can freely place down this egg wherever the hell they feel like to just get this map control, get this stun, and just get all this damage in, and even have the heal, the sustain to help keep his team alive on top of the Guardian Greaves on the Broodmother. These cores on Tundra are going to be unkillable, despite Gaimin Gladiators feel like they have the tanky strength lineup. Denied the Roche for quite a bit. They're going to have to patiently wait that one out.
Well, Roche will respawn in, long respawn time, almost full duration, 2 minutes and 50 seconds still left. They are gonna smoke up on Gaimin Gladiators side, see if they can get a catch, and start off an engagement with a man advantage is what they're looking for. Topson is the one that they almost always jump for, and this time it seems they might be able to kill him off in time. Snaking at the end, this gets it popped. There's no buyback available coming through. They don't have an invis detection here. Charging forward, the CK going for more. The Phoenix Egg gets dropped. They're going to try and right-click it down, and the Phoenix Egg of Snaking is finally taken care of. Quinn gets his second kill because of it, but they're looking for more on the high ground. They're looking for the Rubik because he's doing so much. Oh my lord, Ace gets destroyed by Nightfall. Rachu tries to eat his way to victory, but that's not going to be coming through. Nice bushwhack stun to keep him alive for a bit longer. They are on the run right now, and Quinn's being chased by Saxa, who stole the fire remnants. They do even have a Wraith back on the Broodmother. They do have stupid amounts of sustain, but the extra armor coming out from the AC as well. It is hard to kill off the heroes of Tundra when they are grouped up. And even the
There it is, the checkmate's been brought out. The Bloodthorn with the heart. This man's going to be unkillable. You can see he's positioning to try to solo gank this Ember himself. They know the BKB is still down for another 30 seconds. He's ready to go in. They're going to use the Rubik to set up, find the opening initiation, the silence, the Bloodthorn. But there's enough escape that he's able to stay alive just for the moment. They know the Bloodthorn's in play, but what do? You have the information, but there's no counter. This Ember is in trouble, and he's going to have no way to respond.
They are in a pretty rough spot right now. So if you predicted it correctly, you could get yourselves a nice little profit there over at BetBoom with a free bet of $15. And that would definitely go a long way. Also, if Tundra win this map, aka the series, that would mean that we would have an interview with Snaking. So if anyone's got any specific questions for Snaking, write them out in chat. I'll see if I can read them in time. Obviously, the game is not done just yet, but it is looking very rough against the very sustainable lineup of Tundra.
What do you do in this situation? The only benefit is the fact that this Roshan's up and they want to try a little bit safe. It's not going to stop the CK from silver edging through. And they have the gym. It's on the Ember Spirit though, so this Pudge is going to be a free snack. This CM has no movement. They're able to pop the Aeon Disc, but that just means the Phoenix is going to be like, okay, I'll just go the egg, force you guys back even further, harass you, leave you back in your spawn, nothing to do, and we have a Rubik with the Fire Remnants, able to just dance around at will. Oh god. There we go. What do we have on this Roshan? What delicious snacks do they have to profit off of? Of course we have that Aegis that's going to be brought on out, but what else is there with it?
The Shard. This is the second road.
Just the Shard?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's been so devastating. I thought there was more. Though they're not going to complain about a Shard on the CK.
Yeah, no, that's CK summons illusions plus extra, I think 300 cast range on the Chaos Bolt is definitely no laughing matter to be able to get the full lockdown in. And CK tends to build it up himself normally. Uses the Phantasm really, as you can see, to just split push this side lanes in. Bottom lane is the only set of racks that they still need to clear, and that is where they should be pushing it out momentarily. And Gaimin Gladiators are possibly looking for a fight, knowing that they're completely spread out, or expecting it to completely spread out. They get the 2 supports, and that is pretty big because the Phoenix Egg is no more for that engagement. They have Ace with a refresher as well, so double Ravage to be thrown out for the extra lockdown stun for Gaimin Gladiators, but they are up against an Aegis. 2 lanes are being have already been taken down. It's just a struggle. Duracho's been really having the rougher series compared to what we normally expect from him.
Speaking of the lockdown, by the way, the fact that they have the shard on the CK, we're talking additional cast range. A phantasm spawned in to just do pure destruction levels of damage when it's brought on out without having to dedicate that ult. What do you do? The CK is unstoppable. I was afraid that they would have enough magic damage to take out the illusions, but it seems like that's not the case. And even if they somehow find the miracle to make that happen, they don't need it. The Bloodthorn coming out, and what a clutch save. Just barely able to get that CM out of there. And you can see this entire Dire lineup is running away, just scared. This Chaos Knight is just the warrior from hell, the Apocalypse Knight coming in to hunt everyone down. And oh boy, should be a dead Hoodwink. The sense is there.
The vision is just
Get
too
away
late.
alive just for now.
Will be able to get himself TP'd out just in the nick of time. And get himself out of dodge. So yeah, Gaimin Gladiators is keeping the net worth advantage about the same. There is still an Aegis though for 2 minutes left on the CK, but he doesn't even have a blink yet. That pretty much shows you how dominant he has been. He's been in the middle of the fights and his blink dagger has not even been built up. His level 25 has now been reached as well. So another talent added in, and the high ground push will come through. Hook him back. That's actually behind enemy lines, but the healing onto Nightfall is pretty immense. The Rachu's taking a heap of damage. BKB has been forced out. And the tier 3 tower should die momentarily. Quinn is trying to keep them at bay. They drag the CK so far behind their tier 3 tower, and still he just takes barely any damage with all the healing on the opposing side.
Man, this is such a dream. You know, what better situation? 20k net worth lead.
Oh, the stun.
BKB some cooldown. Oh man, they don't have any way to pierce the BKB. That's the one good news.
Backline
They're able to have this counter initiation following up the CK, but he's just staying alive.
He gets the Phantasm off as well. He's trying to go in onto Ace, who does get stunned. Nice jump further forward, but Sentry gets destroyed by the drag back. Duracho is trying to manfight, but Nightfall still has an Aegis available as well. Topson, no Rolling Thunder, but the BKB in the middle of the fray. They buy back onto both Duracho and Sentry to continue this fight. Duracho jumping in with the Dismember, but gets bashed up by this Topson Swashbuckle. They have very little left from the tank on Gaimin Gladiators. The Sunray healing is going to be pretty substantial. However, Duracho, can he get himself out of there? It seems that that's possible here. Topson's going to go for the chase. Topson will actually be a little bit deeper here. Swashbuckle back. They find more kills going in. Nightfall does not fear death. Nightfall wants to get the Silver Edge break in, but it's instead going to have to go for Duracho. Duracho broken in the process. Drag back again, and Nightfall does not care what you're doing, because he's just smacking away onto his opponents. Just smack, smack, smack. Going in for more. Buyback comes out.
The question mark!
Oh my god, the emo question mark thrown out there. Oh, that is just Nightfall BMing to the max. Sunray heal comes in plentiful, and they're continuing this fight. Can they keep it up? It is very unlikely, and it looks with the rampage like Nightfall and Topson to be able to take the series.
Well, Armlet might have done more damage to that team fight than the Gaimin Gladiators lineup. He had that Armlet fully toggled. He had the confidence. He was phantasming in with like 30% HP. He's just like, yeah, sure, worst case, they just instantly delete him because of the bonus damage on the illusions. Who cares? I can out-sustain. I'm not stuck here with an entire Gaimin Gladiators lineup. You're stuck in here with me. He rips them apart, just freely right-clicks away, has the space of the Phoenix, the Pangolier with the bashes and the Swashbuckle to just fully eradicate this lineup. And my god, these stand-ins are terrifying. Who better to replace and fill in to help make these legends stand out than just having some legends fill in. It's just a clean 2-0, and I couldn't be happier to see it. Amazing plays from Tundra Esports, Gaimin Gladiators, overvaluing the Pudge, it seems.
Yeah, definitely a solid performance on their part. Would assume that they're going to give